You waiting for the debate? Well, I have some fun things to talk about before you decide to watch some boring politics. Let's talk some college sports.
Yeah. So they might go right into the debate.
Hey guys, here we are, and I can't wait for week 3. But let's talk about what happened week 2 for the Big 12. Because guess what? I'm gonna say it. If the Mountaineers if they can't hang a W on Pitt, it's gonna be a rough season. They're gonna be scraping the barrel to make a bowl. If they beat Pitt, well, I think it's going to be a whole nother ball of wax if they beat Pitt. So that's the barometer. But let's look at the scores for this past week. So week 2, guys, BYU. Let's talk about BYU. SMU was all the hype. No one gave BYU a shot. BYU did it, guys. They beat SMU. So they're chalk one up for the Big 12. Now, this is a non-conference game, if you know what I mean. Well, no one told that to Utah. Utah, 23 points against I don't think Baylor is as bad as what we think. And I don't think Utah is quite as good. But the old guard, now an SEC school, Oklahoma, had a nail biter on their hands against a Houston team that is Dana Holgerson-less. So, man, what is this? What is this? Does this say something about Oklahoma? Is Oklahoma going to struggle in the SEC? I saw a meme where Oklahoma is going to be the new Nebraska, go to a new conference and take a big old sleep in the bed of losers. For now, Nebraska used to be studs. Oklahoma, are you still studs? We'll find out. But Oklahoma State showed up, came back. I think they had 10 points when I clicked it on. Oh my gosh, they're coming back. Then they score. Goes to overtime. Goes to second overtime. They end up winning. And they stop the run. Arkansas. Man, Suey Pig. I tell you what, Cowboys are playing ball, and they're well coached. Let's talk about Kansas State. Guys, Tulane, they're missing their old coach, who's now at Arizona. I'll tell you what, Kansas State got it done, boys. Now, let's go over to Lawrence. Kansas kept it close, but Illinois, I didn't see this coming, guys. We talk a lot of smack on the Big Ten on this channel. At least I do. Joey does. But son of a gun, Illinois hung a big L on Kansas. Man, that's tough. So this when I tuned in to Northern Arizona, it was close, and then Arizona pulled away. Is Arizona legit? You know, Arizona and Utah. What, 3 touchdowns? Okay. Let's get to the big story for the Big 12, and that was Iowa. You know who's been singing the gospel about Iowa State? Our good friend from the Voice of College Football, Joey. Joey has been saying since, oh goodness, March, Iowa State's legit. Iowa State's a good team. I don't know. I think Iowa State's going to be good. Is he right? Well, I guess he was right week 2. They beat Iowa. What a game. What a game. Classic game. The past 3 years, it was 2017, like 2010, and 2019. So those were not years, but those were the scores of those games. So, guys, what a great rivalry. Talk about rivalries. Yeah, Pittsburgh beat Cincinnati. I called it, but I didn't know it was going to be such a great game. Pittsburgh can run the ball. You got a decent running back. The offense does not look terrible like it did the past 2 years, guys. And guess what? 2 years ago, West Virginia lost to that terrible offense. So, talk about offenses. Let's talk about West Virginia. The offense didn't look bad, but I'm worried about the defensive backfield. We're going to see how they stand up against a ACC team this week. So, UCF guys looked pretty good against Sam Houston, kind of like West Virginia playing Albany, but UCF, they're a sleeping giant. They got the money, they got the fan base, and now they're in a big conference. So, what's keeping them from being one of the best teams in Florida? Okay, guys. Cue all of your crying Jordan memes on a buffalo. Deion Sanders. I didn't think he was going to beat Nebraska, but I think he's going to get blown out. He got blown out, guys. Okay, now we have Texas Tech and Washington State. Washington State, guys. Got Oregon State and Washington State kind of like hanging out in a little island. They play good football. Do you reconsider after that? But Texas Tech, are they a cellar dweller in the Big 12? I don't know. We'll talk about that. Arizona State beat Mississippi State. I did not see this coming. The Big 12 this week represented and did work. So let's go to the comments. Got a few in here. So Jared Devil, Steelers Nation Australia. Hey guys, good to see you. It's going to be slim pickings because I moved my show. We have the presidential debate, which isn't going to be much of a debate. It's going to be a train wreck. So guys, that's what's happened in the Big 12. Let's talk a little bit about the Mountaineers and Pitt and what the feeling is around here. In Pittsburgh, I live in Pittsburgh. Pitt Panther fans are feeling a little bit more spry. We're going to have Joe Hartz on this Thursday on the Voice of College Football crossover with Joey, and we're going to talk to him. He is an alumnus and a fan. We're going to ask him exactly what he thinks the chances are. And let's talk about a little bit of history here. A little bit of history. Let me pull this up. Yeah, technology. Gotta love it. Okay, guys, look here. And go back in time. If you look at this, because I added the stage, The yellow is all West Virginia. The blue is Pitt. Now, Pitt leads the series overall. But if you look at the past, I don't know, 40 years, okay, it's been mostly West Virginia, guys. The one thing I do see on here is Pitt's only won at Mountaineer Field a couple times. I think 2001 and 2007. Guess what? They're playing at Acrisure. I give it a 50-50 shot. If the Mountaineers can win, they're going to go to a bowl game. Yes, if they win, I predict them win enough games, win at least 5 or 6 conference games, get into a bowl game. But if they lose, I don't foresee them doing that well in the conference. This is the test. Okay? Guys, this isn't playing Pitt last game of the season. This isn't like 2007. This isn't playing Pitt Thanksgiving. You're playing your rivalry. Rivalry is before your conference starts, and this is going to set the tone. Neil Brown basically said it without saying. He's saying, "Oh, the fans want this." No, the players need this. Not the fans, the players. The players need this. Build that confidence. The swagger they had going into the Penn State game that all of a sudden just disappeared when that fumble, when they botched the snap and then they lost the ball and the air just went out of the stadium. It's like a Zeppelin blowing up. Guys, Mountaineers need the win worse than Pitt. Does that justify? Does that mean they're going to win? No. But, guys, I'm telling you, are you going to watch the game there? Are you going to go to Acrisure? Because I'll tell you what, in 2022, there are more butts in the seat, 70,000, than there were at a Steelers game. It was the highest attendance for a football game at Heinz Field, Acrisure. Call it what you want to call it, but that means that's money, guys. And the fact that college football does not have these two teams playing every year, it's a travesty. These guys should be lining up every year like they did since 1895. What do we have? From 2012 to 2022, they didn't meet for 10 years. That's the service to college football. It is. So, I want to challenge each one of you to like and subscribe. You'll see me again on Wednesday on Steelers Nation, or Steelers Dynasty Podcast in Steelers Nation Australia. So mark in the chat here. That's Steelers Nation Australia. So Wednesday, if you're an NFL fan, Steelers Dynasty Podcast at 9 o'clock on Wednesdays, like clockwork. With the Voice of College Football, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 o'clock. And guys, I apologize. I'm not doing the show on Fridays anymore. My kid's playing varsity ball. Got to go watch that. A few years he won't be. It's a short window. You get to enjoy that as a parent. So let's go Mountaineers. And I will see you soon.